Hi and welcome to this week's Happy Hour. So this week I want to share with you just one of the simplest and easiest to do breathing practices that you can use. And this one is great if you are feeling a bit overwhelmed, a little bit burnt out, or in a moment when you're experiencing something challenging in your life, or you're just having a really busy day and you feel like your nervous system has gone into overdrive. Too many thoughts in your head. And that happens a lot for many of us. And so it's called box breathing. Now, you might be familiar with this one. It's a really commonly used technique. A lot of psychologists teach it because it's a really quick and easy way to kind of regulate the nervous system when you've gone into fight or flight. And it comes from an ancient practice called Vritti Pranayama, which is just a breathing technique. And because it is so simple and so easy to do, you can take it with you everywhere as part of your kind of toolbox for any situation that you might need it. And it basically works by creating an even pattern of breath, which is why we call it box breathing. So we breathe in for, say, 4 seconds. We hold the breath for 4 seconds. We breathe out for 4 seconds. And we hold the breath for 4 seconds, creating that kind of even pattern of breath. And there's a lot of research around this technique because it is so widely used, and there are a lot of benefits. Simple things like obviously stress reduction and that, nervous system regulation of moving into that parasympathetic nervous system and out of fight or flight. But there's also some evidence that it can help with mental clarity and focus, can also help with emotional regulation and even long-term resilience. They can help with sleep and relaxation. And because of the breathing pattern, it can also help with physical things like lung function. So you can do this in, a couple of minutes and make a really big change in your system. So have a listen, see what you think, give it a go, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Hi and welcome to your box breathing or Vritti Pranayama. I'm Karen from Real Life Meditation, and I'm really glad to be able to share this simple and effective practice with you today. So box breathing. What we do is we breathe in for 4 seconds. We hold at the top of the breath for 4 seconds. We breathe out for 4 seconds. And then we hold at the bottom of the breath for 4 seconds. Now you can modify this to suit your own breath. So for you it may be 3 seconds or 5 seconds feels more comfortable. There are a number of benefits for box breathing. Everything from stress reduction and parasympathetic activation, but it can also help with mental clarity and focus, emotional self-regulation, and even long-term resilience. It can improve sleep and relaxation, and because it's a breath practice, it can support improved lung function. Now, box breathing is safe for most people. However, if you're pregnant or have any of the following conditions, respiratory conditions or some heart conditions or neurological conditions, it can be helpful to seek medical advice or simply modify the practice to just work with equal inhale and exhale while avoiding the breath holding part of the practice. So let's begin by breathing out completely, fully emptying the lungs. Now breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. Breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. Continue breathing in this box breathing pattern for as long as you like. It can take only a couple of minutes to change the way we feel, but feel free to keep breathing until you feel that you've reached the state that you'd like. Remember that if it feels better to use a 3-second or a 5-second breath, do so. Just continue breathing for as long as you wish. So I hope you found that one helpful. It's a really simple technique. You can do this anywhere, anytime. So add it into your toolbox. If you have any questions or comments, or there's any other techniques that you'd like me to delve into, please let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great week.